Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Another day, another commitment for Billy Napier, the Florida Gators. This one coming from four-star running back Byron Louis down there in American Heritage. And this kid's a box checker at the running back position. Now, the Florida fans who've been rocking with the boys the last couple of weeks, we've talked about this kid over the last couple of days as things have heated up between him and Florida. This is another Florida State commit that is flipping to Florida. And you look at Byron Louis, it first starts with the box checker that Byron Louis is. There's not really a trait that you want in a running back that I don't think Byron Louis has. But I think more importantly, he excels at some very important things that translate to the collegiate level. One, he attacks the line of scrimmage. When we turn on the film for a lot of running backs at the high school level, they're the biggest, strongest, fastest athletes on the football field at the high school ranks. They're just running around guys. They're just playing some backyard football, being the best athlete on the field. Byron Louis is one of the best athletes on the field, but he doesn't rely on that athleticism. He's got tremendous feel for the running back position and is always attacking downhill and attacking the line of scrimmage. That often translates to the collegiate level. We see a lot of running backs have some growing pains as true freshmen and sophomores because they're used to just going east and west and being the best athlete. When you can't run around an SEC defense, you see running back struggle. I don't think you're going to see a ton of growing pains for Byron Louis. I think, secondly, the contact balance is incredible for this kid. 5'11", 200 pounds. I probably kind of close to that category of, muscle hamster. I mean, really thick lower half, deals with contact exceptionally well, very rarely goes down at first contact. And I think, lastly, his feel for the position. His ability to be patient when he needs to be patient and then get downhill when he needs to. Understanding how his blocks are kind of working out in front of him, the vision and the feel for the position is certainly there as well. And you look at Florida, the two running backs they have in this 2025 cycle. I'm a massive fan of Byron Louis and Waltez Clark, and more specifically, how they balance each other out. Where Waltez Clark, we kind of knew is probably not going to be a bell cow for Florida. He's a 10-8 in the 100-meter kind of guy, really good pass catcher out of the backfield. Don't know if he was ever going to be that guy that takes 20 plus carries a game. Byron Louis can be that workhorse for Florida in the 2025 class. And this running back room is getting loaded for Florida over the next couple of years. Obviously, headlined by true freshman Jaden Baugh. Want to get into some of the film for Byron Louis, talk about where Florida might be going next on the recruiting trail. Now, before we get into it, as always, to the Florida Gator fans, we've talked a lot of Florida Gators football over the last 10 days, broken down every single commitment that they've had. The amount of support y'all continue to show to the fellas, it's been amazing. Appreciate you guys. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into Byron Louis. And so if there was one, I talk about box checker for Byron Louis. If there's one trait that maybe is not there in full, it is probably that long speed. Now, the long speed is not bad. And so when you talk about him getting to the second level, he's not a 10-5 guy in the 100-meter dash, but he's a guy that has plenty of long speed to hit some of those home run plays. That's a trait that I think gets a little bit overblown when we're evaluating running backs. Give me the guys who know how to make people miss in a phone booth. Give me the guys who know how to work through contact. Less of the flashy stuff, more the meat and potato stuff for running backs. When it's a down-to-down basis position, give me the running back that is consistently working through contact, making people miss in short areas. Those are the traits that Byron Louis has. And quite frankly, those are traits that I value the most at the running back position. You turn on the film is really fun to watch. This is just a polished up running back that really understands what he's doing. And again, down there in American Heritage, playing some really high quality football. I love what he does in traffic. He feels so comfortable between the tackles, reading what's going on in front of him, making people miss when he needs to. You continue to work through the film, gets to the second level, contact balance is insane, and then making someone miss in space. And again, the long speed isn't bad. I probably shouldn't even brought anything up about the long speed, but when you watch him play, it's I'm attacking the line of scrimmage, I'm making people miss in short areas, and then I'm just working off contact. And this is a guy that just doesn't go down. His contact balance is incredible. That thick lower half, the ability to work through contact, it's all there for Byron Louis. This kid, to me, is an absolute box checker at the running back position. always attacking the line of scrimmage, always getting downhill. This is some really fun film to watch because you just feel like he's got such command of the running back position. And again, when he has the opportunity to make people miss in space, this is a talking point for a lot of running backs. Like, do you have the ability to create? This is a quite well blocked up by the offensive line. Can you make a 10-yard carry go for 20 and a touchdown? He kind of consistently makes that happen. He's very, very hard to tackle in open space. Continuing to work through the film. Again, continuing to be patient. And then when it's time to really turn it on, he's doing it. The contact, he just doesn't go down. Again, maybe the long speed leaves a little bit to be desired, but again, you very rarely see him get caught from behind. So I don't have that many concerns about the long speed that Byron Louis has. And you take a look at this class for Florida in 2025, we said it yesterday, I'll say it again. We were talking about Florida's 2025 cycle being outside of the top 50 maybe 14 days ago. And they've landed almost 10 commitments since that time. And they're coming just in droves. And we talked about why that might be happening. I think one, you look at Florida State, that's a program in the state of Florida that Florida goes to battle with very often. They're going through a massive coaching change. There's a lot of uncertainty around what that program might look like. And then you look at Florida and say, for as rocky as the season started in 2024, this is a team that's going in the right direction. And if you're a high school kid and you're looking at where you want to play your college football, you want to hitch your wagon to a program that's going in the right direction. But more importantly, you want to hitch your wagon to a program that is letting young talent get on the football field. I think the biggest storyline for Florida and why they're starting to land so many of these commitments is one, yeah, they're winning football games, and it doesn't help or it doesn't hurt when you have a ton of your top prospects on campus for a win against Ole Miss or a win against LSU. But I think even more importantly, think about a guy like Byron Louis. He's a year younger than Jaden Baugh, and he's watching Jaden Baugh every Saturday have a massive impact on the football game. And so the young talent that is standing out and starting to play well for Florida, that's how you sell these kids at the high school ranks. They want to go to a place where they can get on the football field and contribute early. The Florida Gators are becoming that kind of program. And so if they can kind of continue this success, and I think they should win against Florida State this weekend, finish that season 7-5 with a ton of young players really playing well. And you kind of look at that young nucleus that's going to be in Gainesville for the next couple of years. How can you not want to go join that and be a part of something that is really changing the trajectory of this Florida Gators program? Another commitment for the Gators. We'll continue to keep you guys updated as Florida continues to rack them up on the recruiting trail. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.